Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of the Daddy Brigade podcast. I'm Keith, the Bearded Tank.
I'm Zach, the Tactical Gnome.
And this week, well, we missed a few things last week.
Yeah, there was a couple things with the excitement of SHOT Show that we missed that, I don't know, from this week of still paying attention to social media.
Yeah, it's weird. They post a lot of things. Oh, this was at SHOT Show. Well, why didn't somebody post it while they were at SHOT Show?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's hard, listening to AR-15's podcast. Their podcast came out for day 3 and 4 on day 5.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand if I could talk, the delays on things, because obviously, if you're at SHOT Show, you're going through all this stuff, and you got to wind down a little bit at night, the after parties. It's going to be the next day before you do anything that has to do with that the day before, unless
not really, because it's just going to be, you're going to be running around the next day then.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, the little snapshots here and there while you're out running around, but most people, you're going to upload all your stuff that you take on, like your digital cameras and stuff, unless you don't go to an after party or anything like that.
Which will probably be us, because we're not cool yet.
Yeah, we're not cool. We're not cool enough.
Yeah.
Not yet. Yeah.
Shout out to 5150.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for getting in contact with us after. And
yes, definitely. That was
explaining
awesome.
More about the rifle.
Liberty.
The Liberty
Beautiful
rifle.
Piece of
art.
Yes.
It's
art. That's
just
the
going to
only
be
way
art.
You can call it.
Shootable art.
Yep. Art that goes bang.
Go give those guys a follow on Instagram. When's the raffle go to? 2020? January 20 or 20th or 24th of 2020, I think I read.
I can't remember. I think
it's basically from now until this time next year, I think.
Yeah, it is basically from SHOT Show this year when it was released. You have until SHOT Show next year, pretty much.
And it's beautiful.
They did say something about maybe cutting it off earlier. I saw something
if it loses interest.
Yeah, if they stop seeing entries coming in on a regular basis and stuff. But
I didn't get a chance to go on the actual website. Did you check and see how much the entries are?
No, I didn't. Let me look again real quick.
And I think we have the link up on our Instagram.
Yes, we do.
The rifle, like I said, it's beautiful. Even the scope is got artwork on it.
Yeah, 5150 rifles.
Yeah, 5150 rifles. And eventually we'd love to have those guys on to do an interview. I think we're going to work on that.
Yep, I'm definitely going to work on getting them on. They've already expressed interest in being willing to come on. It's just a matter of nailing out the specifics to get everything rolling. The last couple guests that we've had on are local guys to us, so that's a little bit easier. They're not quite so local, but so we got to work out Skype stuff with that and technical details. What?
Yeah, nothing. I'm sitting over here blowing smoke rings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, if we could figure out Skype details, we'd have our other co-host on, but,
Well, no, that Skype details are fine on that.
Yeah.
He's just...
Actually, we need to do a YouTube thing, too, because I've had a couple of people ask when we're going to do a live
stream on YouTube and stuff. Okay. Yeah. It's $100, the entry for Liberty. Says
and it all goes to a good cause. It goes to
the Extreme Couture GI Foundation.
And if you don't know anything about that, that's Randy Couture, the UFC fighter.
Yep. You get... you get $100, you can get a keychain or dog tag. That's the Extreme Couture GI Foundation keychain or dog tag, plus your entry to win the rifle.
Oh, that's cool. At least they're giving you something.
Right,
for $100.
You get something even if you lose.
Yeah.
You don't win the drawing. You get something, and it all goes to, like I said, to the Extreme Couture GI Foundation.
That's not to be confused with GI, which is spelled the same way.
Yeah.
Which is for jiu-jitsu and BJJ. So
Yeah. And
Don't-
I think
don't get confused
karate
because
also
it is.
too, but
Don't get confused because it is Randy Couture. It's not gi, it's GI.
yeah. So yeah, there's that. If you go to 51, the number's 51, the word 50, rifles.com, they do have a link right after the video that shows the Liberty rifle. There's a link to the raffle. And there's also a link to the Extreme Couture Foundation. So you can go check them out too. But they're a group of great guys. I mean, it's going to a very great charity, the foundation. So definitely go give them check them out. If you want to buy a raffle ticket, go for it. I mean, it's a beautiful piece of work.
I'm
that
sure
you
they
have the
probably
chance.
sold a shitload of raffle tickets.
Oh, I can only imagine. I mean, just the specs on that rifle alone.
I was gonna say, you have the specs.
It was right
Hold
here. If I just go forward again to the.
I know it's a 338,
Yeah, 338 rifle.
and it's got a Vortex optic on it. I know that. That's the two things I know for sure.
Let's see. Liberty weighs approximately 17 pounds and is 45 inches long. Rifle's custom and unique from its one-off aluminum buttstock to the 20-inch handguard with a custom 26-inch octagon bull barrel chambered in 338 Federal. A high-end scope instead of a bayonet to allow for better accuracy at distances out to 500 yards. Iconic imagery, custom engraved from buttstock to handguard, encapsulates events occurring during different phases of this time period, from Washington crossing the Delaware to the Liberty Bell and Gadsden Snake, the signing of the Declaration of Independence, as well as other historical images from the era.
Pretty much, it's a Revolutionary War rifle.
Yeah, it's kind of paying tribute to the muskets used in the Revolutionary War.
I do like that octagon barrel.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of their rifles, if you look on their website, have octagon barrels.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah. So, and it lives in a custom-built wooden rifle crate, complete with rope handles, ready to mount on the wall. Because, I mean, I might shoot it once. One round.
I would shoot it one
round, clean it up,
and then never shoot
and
it
it's a
again.
display piece. Yeah.
Until I had to maybe shoot some redcoats again.
Yeah.
That'd be about it.
Well, they wouldn't be redcoats anymore, though.
They're still the fucking British.
Yeah. I mean...
There's one.
Yeah, there's one. I mean, I don't want to sound like a tinfoil hat guy, but the IRS, the Federal Reserve, are owned by England. But we won't get into that.
Oh, Jesus.
So...
Oh, come on. You don't think the British will come back over on ships again? Little wooden ships?
I don't doubt it. Not wooden ships.
Yeah, they'll come over on wooden ships with big white sails. And...
Well, there'd be big white billows of nuclear steam from,
Yeah, we won't nuke them. We'll just shoot them with the...
No, nuclear-powered ships. Submarines and giant diesel steel boats.
Whatever.
Technology
I forget
changes.
There was a... I forget, was it South Park that had that? The British reinvaded?
Probably.
Yeah, it was South Park, I think.
Sounds like something South Park.
Yeah, it was kind of hilarious because then we shot them with like F-22s and F-16s. Bombed the shit out of them.
Did you hear about the thing where some of the lifespans of the first run F-22s or F-35s are having hull integrity issues? Where they're cutting their lifespan by 75%.
You don't say.
I was like, huh.
I'm sorry. I personally think that was a failed thing from the get-go.
I mean, did you watch the whole show that they had going on with that?
I haven't watched much on the F-35, but let me explain something. I was at...
They had a whole...
an air base, which I won't say where I was at, but I was at an air base doing construction work at 18 years old, and they had they were one of the first few air bases to get a full squadron of F-22s. Those things were freaking impressive. And I thought they were awesome planes. I don't know all the details, what this, that, the other, of why, but personally I think the F-35 should have just been mothballed for a while longer and
the whole
really gone over some more. Because the F-22 was doing what I think needed to be done.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing with the F-35, the JSF, Joint Strike Fighter program, it was like when Glock and SIG and all them had the competition to see who was going to get the contract for the new service weapon.
Yeah,
they did Glock the same thing with the F-35.
Failed to draw safe.
Yeah.
No, not Glock. SIG. Sorry.
SIG.
Sorry, Glock.
They did the exact same thing with the F-35. It was Boeing, Lockheed Martin. There was one other. They had a whole show on it. I watched it because my plan out of high school was to go straight to the Air Force. A metal plate and screws in my ankle kind of screwed that. But yeah, when you have a time crunch and a competition like that, corners get cut. Now, don't get me wrong. They said it's just from the initial batch that they manufactured. They then have since corrected the issue, and the newer planes don't have the issue. But it's some of the first rounds that came out. There was some about cracking on the exterior surface.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, and VTOL, okay, it's awesome, and it would come in handy like on an aircraft carrier, but we got planes that are doing that.
Well, I think the vertical take. I think the vertical
takeoff is awesome.
Kind of cool.
Landing is kind of a little less, but I mean, why would you vertically land a fighter plane?
Well, there are reasons for that. Cause
I can see the Osprey because it.
Well, you remember we had the Harrier too.
Yeah.
But the Harrier did so much damage every time it took off from a carrier deck because of the heat.
Yeah.
It would fuck up the deck. I talked to a couple people that were on carriers that had Harriers on them, and it would fuck up the deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
that's what, 2?
That was twice there, yeah.
So 3?
Yeah, 3.
Okay, 3. If you're wondering why I'm counting, we're trying to see how many times I say the F word in one podcast.
Yeah. But, like, if it were, like I said, like an Osprey that can carry some personnel.
That's another one that I was like, meh.
It's a little weird, don't get me wrong, but it holds more than a helicopter.
Yeah, well, how many troops had to die before they actually got it right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry, that was a lot of loss of life there. I think, what, 2, 3 of them crashed? 4 of them crashed?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Again, somebody from the DOD come on and correct us.
Yeah. Okay, well, back to what we were talking about.
Back on.
It might get a little bit random today. We're going to cover what we have missed from SHOT Show and might get into some other little stuff.
Oh, we're going to get into some other stuff, basically. The SHOT Show thing is going to be fairly quick.
Yeah, just a quick recap.
The ones that we missed.
Yeah. Brownell's Retro.
Okay, yeah, because I find this stuff cool and you don't. Well, you do, but not as cool as me.
Yeah.
Brownells.
I don't fanboy out over quite as much as you do. Or I fanboy out over a little bit nerdier stuff.
Yeah.
Like the one guy that shared in his Instagram name was Spartan117. Yeah, that's Master Chief from Halo.
Yeah.
I nerded.
Brownells Inc. So everybody knows who Brownells is. If you don't, do some research.
Brownells Inc.
Brownells came out with a retro line, I think, last year. And this year they've expanded the retro line of the AR-15 platform. And that retro line kind of goes back into some of the cool stuff that for the retro of like the M16A1 and all of that era. And like they've got some really neat ones. They kind of got like a Colt Commando looking one.
Yeah.
But the one that really kind of piques my interest, and I think is really neat, is the Retro Proto.
Yep.
And the reason I think that is neat is because it doesn't have your standard AR-15 charging handle. It has a trigger charging handle underneath
The carry handle.
And that comes from one of the designs from Eugene Stoner, who is the godfather of the M16.
The whole AR platform.
Well, yeah, the whole AR platform, basically. But, and we're going to have a podcast, I think that may be next week's episode. We may have to take a week off to do some studying. Like, we may just have, like, a quick, like, hey, here's what's going on. Because the next 2 episodes, for sure, like, I think we've discussed. So we're going to do a AR-15 episode, history of, and so on and so forth, and a Auto Kalashnikov episode, which I don't know if that's what AK stands for. I think that's what it stands for.
It's something not auto. It is Kalashnikov. It's
whatever. It's their weird alphabet.
Yeah.
Anatoly Kalashnikov. I don't know.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Whatever.
It's
Mikhail Kalashnikov, the godfather of the modern assault rifle, and he gets that term because he really is.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a whole thing on
an episode on AR, an episode on AK,
and then sometime later this year, if we can get everybody to come on at once, and if anybody would like to come on that's out there listening, I want to do the old-fashioned AR versus AK.
Everyone's done it, so we got to join the club.
Yeah, I don't want to do it because everybody's done it. I don't care. But I want to do the big debate.
Yeah.
And then eventually we'll do a Glock versus 1911 one because I just like...
Or not even just Glock, just polymer frame versus steel frame.
Well, or just basically striker fire pistols versus 1911.
Yeah.
We'll just do striker fire versus 1911.
Yeah.
Or single action, dual action, whatever. We'll just get into it, whatever. And eventually, we also have one of our friends is going to come on and talk knives, which that is completely...
hard steel.
That's going to be out of your realm.
Yep.
A little bit, because we'll be talking some...
I mean, the knife making process, I'm okay with.
Yeah, but we're going to be talking like blade steel.
Yeah, I don't know the difference between...
And some of it, that is out of my realm. He knows a lot. Like, he's super smart. I don't know why he just doesn't make knives. But... oh, yes. Can we save that abortion for the end?
Yeah, we can say that one. The Trailblazer Pocket.
Yes.
Credit card.
I don't know the proper name for it, but Trailblazer... Trailblazer Arms? I deleted the picture like an idiot. Their little single-shot credit card foldable 22... I believe it's in 22... You can get it in 22 WSM now.
Maybe?
Or WSR, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. And this is because I just quick seen it, and I didn't really... I think the little thing's cool.
Life card, the Trailblazer Life card.
There you go. Trailblazer Life card. I want one.
Just to have it.
Just to, one, have it, and two, I would probably carry the living shit out of that thing. Like, that would probably be on me. Wow.
I got a hole in my mouth.
Or in your beer can.
No, it's definitely my mouth. I had my lip pierced at one point.
Like that, like you straight missed.
I don't know how I did that. Yeah, it's the Trailblazer Firearms Life Card. 22 long rifle rimfire.
Now, I think they also offer it in 22 WSMR. Or I think, at least that's what it said on their Instagram.
Yeah, they might. This is on personaldefenseworld.com.
I want one.
Yeah.
Just to have. I probably would rock it. Like,
I mean, it looks like it's probably as thick as my entire wallet.
Yeah.
But I mean it's a tiny wallet.
It's a single shot, and you can carry up to 3 extra rounds. So it's a good little, like, last resort pistol. If you find yourself in that...
4 rounds in the handle.
Oh, 4 rounds in the handle. Okay.
Yep.
But still, if you...
Yeah, still. I mean, it... My only thing is the way it pivots open. It would definitely be a little awkward to shoot. It's cool as hell.
It's not meant to look... It's meant to, like, be that if you need it.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody took your main weapon...
Yeah. I mean, that would definitely do. I mean, that'd be something you could carry. I would probably carry it as a second. Little man's up here because he's not feeling well. Wanted daddy. Yeah, I would definitely carry it as a backup, probably.
A backup to a backup. No, you can't have my actual phone.
No. Play with your little flip phone there, buddy. It's cool. Like I said, it's just me. It would definitely be a backup that would be kept with my wallet.
That could be like a butt cheek gun.
Yeah. Except I don't carry my back pocket.
No, I mean like...
Oh, yeah. Prison
yeah,
wallet.
Exactly.
Prison wallet gun.
Exactly. Like, I mean, if it got that bad, like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
And, you know, we won't get there.
Alright, what was the other...
the aim point acro.
Okay, so
ACRO.
I don't know a whole lot about this. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of hate on it. I've seen a lot of people hating on it because it's not an RMR and because it's the same size as an RMR, but it's a full hood sight.
Yeah.
And, like, there's a lot of hatred on it. And I'm that guy that if there's a lot of hatred on something, like, I'm going to at least check it out. I kind of think it's neat. I haven't shot it. I haven't got to play with it. But it's aim point, so...
Yeah, the Acro P1.
I'm pretty sure it'll be kind of cool. It's a pistol sight, by the way, folks.
Yeah. What the heck is this?
I mean, it's something different. Because everybody's doing the RMR thing. The RMR. You know, it's different. Uh-oh. What'd you find? Oh, you found it.
See, I don't run a red dot.
Yet.
Yet. Mostly because I don't know how I feel about running a dovetail plate because you can't mill my slide for a red dot.
You're going to have to buy a glass.
Yep. I'm already looking into it.
He's looking at buying a 17, folks.
A 17.
He may be converted.
I'm not getting rid of my Springfield. But
I'm nodding my head over here going, yes, he will.
I won't get rid of it.
Yes, he will.
I will keep it, but
he'll keep it and put it in the safe and never touch it again after he buys a Glock.
And I'll probably let Leah start shooting it.
Oh, there you go. But you'll carry a Glock.
Yeah, probably. I'm debating between a 17 and a 19. But 17's a little bit bigger, longer barrel than the 19.
19's better.
Yeah, 19's going to be better to carry. Before everybody starts hating, yes, okay, relax. Because, you know, Glock 19, everybody's got one, blah, blah, blah. There's a reason everybody's got one.
What's that reason? I don't know.
Because they're worth it. They're good. I mean,
granted, you got to change the sights.
Yeah,
and
factory Glock sights are
garbage.
Yeah.
Sorry, Glock. I'm not.
My brother-in-law's 42. He's like, dude, this stays in the safe. I don't ever carry nothing. Dude, the freaking rear sight is way off to the left.
Yeah,
I'm like,
come on, Glock, get with the times. Like
I'm pretty sure I shot it more than he did.
Yeah, but Glock gotta know by now, after years and years, like,
but that's
your
why
sights
the price point's not.
Your sights are trash. Like, put better sights on it.
Yeah.
So, sights, and then, well, I'm trigger and barrel.
Yeah.
And weapons light, and...
Yeah. O-Light PL Mini.
I've heard bad reviews on it. Have you? Now, mind you, I have an O-Light as my
your
handheld light. And it's the SR1 baton, and that thing is freaking beautiful. But I've heard nothing but bad reviews on the Valkyrie and the OL Mini. Because the battery life isn't long enough for a weapons light. I've heard just a bunch of bad reviews on it.
Okay.
And then I've heard some positive too, but I've heard a lot of people say the battery life isn't terrible. Yeah. Versus a Surefire X300.
Yeah.
which is kind of what I'm looking at, or maybe a TLR7. Again, kind of. I don't want a huge, chunky weapons like that.
Right.
But at the same time,
You want something dependable.
No. See, if whatever I get is going to have stupid looms on it.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather blind you than have to shoot you.
Right. Yeah.
I'd rather burn your retinas out just so, you know.
Yeah. I'd like to try, like, an Acro and an RMR and a Delta. Just so that I can find the one I like. That's why I'd like to go to the range and try out if I'm going to buy something to make sure I'm going to like it. Like, when I bought my Springfield, when I first bought it, I went through probably 30 different handguns, feeling them, trying them. I didn't shoot them. I mean, I've shot 22s, 9s. I know what the general recoils and stuff are like, and the Springfield fit my hand nice, and I liked it. Now there are things. It was a close tie between buying a 19 and my Springfield, and I came down to the point where I felt I liked the way the Springfield fit my hand better. Now, after getting more experience, I'm liking some of the better things of the Glock. Be like being able to mill the slide, have a more secure red dot mount.
Glock Nation!
And just, there's more aftermarket stuff for it. So.
Speaking of Glock.
Yeah.
The
Raid Tech Glock slide.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, well, what else were you looking
Well,
at?
the brace.
Oh, yeah, the Flux brace.
The Flux brace. That, wow. Okay, so, I don't know. Because I don't want to, like, I don't know.
The department, we don't want to get the Department of Making Me Sad pissed off.
No, because I'm sure they've seen it. Like,
oh, yeah. But guess who wasn't at SHOT Show?
The Department of Making Me Sad. Concept. Okay, yeah, cool. I mean, maybe it's for a niche market.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a niche item.
But is it a good way to get the ATF pissed off? Probably. But I'd have
at the same time, like
I'd have
SB brace.
Well, I'd have to read more into it.
Yeah.
Like, because the one kid called it a stock in the one video. And I was like, no. That's one we may have to review later. But,
yeah. We'll have to definitely look more into that and go over it.
I'm not real.
Yeah.
I don't see the point. I'm like, now for a handicapped person, maybe? I think that'd be kind of like a...
Yeah, like there was one guy, I don't know who he was, but he had like, shooting an AR and he had like...
I added him on Facebook. He's,
He was killing it.
Nubs is it's something Nubs. But the dude, got hit by an IED.
Ooh.
And really burnt up. But yeah, I added him on Instagram. And this dude is killing it.
Yeah.
With his, like, index, like his ring finger.
I thought he was using his pinky.
Maybe he is. On the one video, maybe. But the guy is just killing it. And I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
And I watched a couple more of his videos on his Instagram, and he's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
The last thing, because I don't care, because, well, it's Caltech. Caltech made two stupid things for SHOT. Well, again, not stupid, but, I mean, this is coming from the company that says you could drink your own piss. Or whatever that ad was, something about drinking your own piss. Because they're better than everybody else or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever, it's Caltech. The 33 round 22 that looks like a friggin' Tech 9 without the...
It reminds me
without the mag in the front.
Brass Eagle, little CO2, tiny little like CO2 powered BB gun, CO2 canister, single shot, paintball guns. What it reminds me of.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
little
Yeah,
brass
it does.
eagles. Single,
Yeah.
You pump it, fire. Pump
Like-
it, and get like 10 shots out
Oh,
of the
yeah, like
metal
the,
CO2 canister.
yeah, okay.
It's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. And the other abomination, which, as the one dude from the Gun Collective podcast put it, it's an abortion, is their, what is it called?
KS7 12
KS7. Now, mind you, Kel-Tec makes the KSG shotgun, which is actually really cool. But this KS7 is just terrible. It's terrible.
I don't even know.
Starship
what to say.
Troopers came out in this, and it's just terrible. Terrible. There's nothing I can say good about it.
Yeah.
I
got nothing.
The thing on the top, I don't know, what is that supposed to be? Like a rail mount, a carry handle? Like, it looks,
Maybe.
I don't know. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it reminds me. Oh, what is that?
It looks like a gun off of Starship Troopers.
Yeah. It also reminds me. It's a rifle.
Oh,
It's got that
yeah.
goofy pop thing mount, and then the scope mounts on top. Real long pencil barrel.
Yeah.
Real weird looking thing. I can't think of what it's called now.
Is it a Kel-Tec too?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think I have a picture of it on one of my posters downstairs. Like, the problem is they titled the poster, Modern Assault Weapons.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I forget what's... yeah. The other thing, the last thing, and this is kind of techie, is this... Again, I don't know what... I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't see a need
RoboCop
for it.
lives.
But, yeah, video games and RoboCop have come to...
Come to life.
2019 SHOT Show and come to life with Raid Tech's...
Glock indicator slide.
Yeah, that's basically a good way to put it. Glock
Yeah.
indicator slide. And basically it's a digital readout on the back of the slide that shows you how many rounds are left in the magazine, whether the magazine is empty, and if the magazine is present in the firearm, and also like whether there's a loaded round in the chamber or not. I'm sure there's a couple other things we're missing, but
Yeah.
kind of cool. Again, seems like a not for everybody market.
Yeah.
Maybe as a training thing, it would be kind of cool. But nah, not for me. But it's cool that somebody finally did. You know, smart guns. Here we go with the smart guns.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure I like that idea.
Steyr AUG.
Oh, the Steyr AUG?
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking the AUG.
Because it kind of has the...
Yeah, no. I wasn't thinking the AUG. But yeah, okay, yeah, now that you showed me that picture, yeah, it does kind of look like
It
the
does
AUG.
kind of look like it.
Yeah, those things are sweet, too.
Yeah. There was another one that Kel-Tec made. I don't know when they... Of course, come on, hurry up. I gotta find it
The
again.
Sub 2000.
No, not the Sub 2000. I know the Sub 2000. The RDB.
What? What the,
Kel-Tec RDB.
what the hell is that? It looked like almost two guns there.
Yeah, it's a bullpup.
With a pistol grip way up there.
Well, it's got the mag behind the pistol grip. Shoots 223.
It's just hideous. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh. There's some yawning here.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about Kel-Tec.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, 20 or any AR-15 compatible magazine. Uses AR mags.
It looks like an abomination too.
Yeah.
I would like to meet the person that is on the R&D.
I'm wondering if they subcontract it to... I won't go any
Hypework?
further. Yeah. I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Because some of the things, it's like, what? I mean, if you're a collector of oddities in the firearms, buy every Kel-Tec you can get your hands on. Because they just...
I'm sorry.
They look weird.
The KSG is cool though. Like that was
Yes.
probably the
Oh, God,
coolest
yeah.
thing that they made. in a while.
Yeah.
I think that actually was cool. And some people do really like the sub 2000.
I can understand for...
Like a hiking gun.
Yeah, a backpack hiking gun.
But nowadays, like, I mean, this...
You can get it...
Nowadays you can build a friggin' backpack gun with a 4-inch barrel that accepts Glock magazines.
Yeah.
You know, you could friggin' put a collapsible stock on it, or a brace, or
like
whatever.
A 1022 takedown.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, with that, that's kind of like the final thing. I'm sure we'll have SHOT Show updates until probably June.
Yeah.
When we can put in for our passes.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
With that, Keith's kind of going to do most of the talking on this one, because he kind of wrote down most of the stuff on this one. And we both experienced it this week because, well...
Because it's, hit about negative 40 degrees with the wind chill. At night.
Well, let's put it this way.
I had pipes freeze inside my house.
Let's put it this way. We had between, I think it was Detroit, Michigan, and Tampa, Florida, there was a 123 degree difference.
Yep. It was negative 50 up in Detroit. And
was it Detroit or was it that?
It might have been Wisconsin.
Yeah, it may have been Wisconsin, but somewhere up there.
Negative 50, and Florida was like 63.
Yeah, it was 123.
It was a 123 degree difference.
Yeah.
I mean, and Florida wonders why we hate them.
Exactly.
So the main topic since we've rounded up our SHOT Show, Flabberjaws, cold weather prepping. Minions. What kind of things to have if you live in the colder climate? My text messages are going off, and because I'm connected to Wi-Fi, it's coming up on my computer too. No questions.
Only answers.
You'll get none of those. There's obviously, with cold comes ice, and with ice tends to take down power lines.
And people.
Yeah, and people. I mean, I fell. Zach fell. Now, mine kind of outdoes yours. I was in a trailer that started sliding down the hill because the block slid out from under the wheel because of the ice.
When did you do that?
Oh, that would have been Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah, I managed to stay upright because I grabbed the top of the door of the trailer. My father-in-law, not so much. He grabbed a hold of the cable. He fell. He kind of tried to put his foot down to stop, and it just sucked him out and drug him probably 20 feet down the driveway.
Ouch.
Cut his leg all open. Ooh. Yeah, the trailer hit the truck.
Ooh.
Didn't do any damage because the cable hit the truck first and slowed it down in the tension because it's a drop-down door. It has the springs in the top like a garage door.
You didn't break the spring.
No. It put so much tension on the one, the other one was hanging loose and came off.
Oh.
We had to put it back on, but the cable in the spring brought it close enough to stop. It broke a little piece of plastic on the truck. Didn't do nothing to the trailer, but yeah, that was fun.
Wow.
You fell. You got kicked by a horse.
Oh, yeah, that was how I started my day on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And the story behind
sucks.
getting kicked by the horse was my mom's horse had fallen in our barn and got its leg caught between our fence. The fence in the barn is actually made of 2 old guardrails. And there's a gap in between them because we didn't put them straight down because it wasn't high enough. So there was about maybe like an 8-inch to a foot gap in between it. Well, the horse, we aren't 100% sure what happened. Either the horse rolled and got its foot stuck or kicked at my mom's German Shepherd and got its foot stuck, but we don't know. So the horse was cut and had laid down with its foot still stuck. It just kind of rolled over and lay down. So we're thinking it was laying down first.
Yeah.
But it eventually got froze. The leg got froze to the beam because it was bleeding, and it kind of got froze to the ground. So me and my mom's neighbor ended up rolling the horse, and in the process of rolling the horse from its left side to its right side, it decided that, it would throw a glancing blow into my left leg about, an inch below my kneecap. And luckily it was glancing, otherwise I'd be sitting here talking to you with my leg in a cast, probably with a pin or two in it.
Yeah. So when you get ice and it brings down things, including power lines, you get power outages. So you got to have things in place, because even though like my furnace is gas, but you got to have electricity to spin up the blower. And mine happens to pull 7,000 watts on spin up. It's a big furnace.
Oh yeah, didn't we discuss this, that like your furnace should be used for like...
Yeah, a house twice the size
Yeah.
of what mine is. But it had, the previous owners adopted. They fostered and adopted, and the one kid had real bad allergy issues. It has the best filters. I have to clean them out 2 to 3 times a year.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So, which they need cleaned now. But it's a pain in the butt to get to, because, not a lot of space.
No, I never thought that.
Yeah, I got to go into the garage, climb up over the bathroom piece and in through a little hole, slide my butt through there, and then reach it through to my wife in the bedroom to vacuum it out and bring it back and slide it back in. The one filter barely makes it out. There's a gouge cut out of the foam insulation that's in the roof right there, so that it has enough room to come out and tilt down to be able to get it out. Yeah.
Huzzah.
Yeah, it's fun. Anyway, so you'll need auxiliary heat, which would include kerosene heater or a propane heater. With either of those, you got to make sure you have some ventilation. Carbon monoxide can build up.
Want to get high?
And die. Worst case scenario, like we have a gas stove and oven.
Speaking of that, did you see the thing on Facebook? It said, landlord turned down my heat when it went to negative 40 or 40 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And my apartment got cold. Little did the idiot realize that he also pays my electric bill. And I'm more concerned about my comfort than I am about my
safety
and energy conservation.
Yeah.
The dude has all 4 burners on an electric stove on with an electric box fan blowing the heat.
Yeah, I saw that.
Whatever you got to do, man.
Yeah, the other day...
I don't know why he just didn't crank the stove on and put like the box fan like right there and like...
Yeah, I don't know. I turned my oven on to 350, cracked it open for 20 minutes, because obviously with that, with propane, with kerosene, you got to watch how long you do it without ventilation, because carbon monoxide can't...
What, you guys lose power?
No, but my house is blocked with no insulation downstairs.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It gets kind of chilly. Upstairs is okay. Downstairs, not so much.
Yeah,
it gets chilly. So I had, just to supplement the heat a little bit. But kerosene, you need an auxiliary heater with the appropriate fuel to go with it. Whether it be a kerosene heater and a jug, a 5-gallon can of kerosene, or like a little Coleman Mister heater, propane heater. And with that, if you got a grill, you got fuel for it.
I always like the propane like grill grates, like the ones that like they're either round or you can get them in square that are like that. Or not grill grates, but heater grates, and like you just screw it into the propane tank itself and then just and light it.
Those aren't quite, I don't think, as efficient.
For a small area?
Yeah, for a small area.
Like for your living room, that thing would heat up your living room and dining room quite well.
Oh, yeah. I have a little Mr. Heater propane heater.
Yeah.
Usually it takes the little green propane canisters to thread onto it.
Yeah.
They actually make a hose. You can use them
big
for, the propane camping cooktops and stuff. That threads into that and then threads into the propane tank. That's what I use. I actually just ran out of propane in the main tank that we had, using it in the garage when I was running wiring.
I got to get my hands on a 100-gallon propane tank.
Yeah.
Everybody says they're stupid. That's a stupid idea, but for as much as we grill, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Thinking about putting a 100-gallon propane, like one of the stand ones.
Yeah.
And then just running a hose to it.
Yeah.
Up to the grill.
Yeah. I mean,
I could run a whole freaking summer, if not from summer into fall, with that thing for as much as we grill.
Right.
Because I think I fill my regular tanks. I have 2.
The 2 20-pounders.
And
Hang on.
so, like we were saying before the
Yeah.
blood call,
Dad life.
I probably fill them like 3 times a year, 2-3 times a year.
I fill mine every other year or so, probably, because we don't grill that much. I cook over my fire.
Summertime is grill time for me.
I cook over my fire. We have a giant cast iron skillet that we cook with.
Yeah, summertime is my grill time. So that's, I mean,
yeah,
it wouldn't be a bad deal for me to maybe do a 100-pounder.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you do a lot of grilling and stuff throughout the summertime when you don't have that issue for heat, they can definitely be repurposed. In the wintertime, it's definitely something good to have. If you use a propane heater, they also you can put together a little adapter thing to take your bigger tank and hook to the smaller tanks to refill them. It's just like 4 little pieces, brass pieces you put together with a check valve. You got to watch overfilling, try not to overfill, but that can be done too. But yeah, heat source, an auxiliary heat source. You can be, you need to have lots of blankets for the down times where you can't move around. Like we have a crap ton of blankets in our house, just simply because the downstairs gets cold.
You haven't
anyway.
seen even half the blankets we have around here.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
And this house does get cold.
Old house.
It's an old house.
Yeah.
It's got corn cob insulation.
Yeah.
And for the folks that don't know what that is, it's basically ground up corn cobs that they did back in like the friggin' 40s, I think, was the last time they used it.
Probably, I think, yeah.
So this was probably done in like the friggin' 30s.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, lots of blankets. You need, if you have, a what?
A hair dryer.
Yeah, hair dryer for thawing pipes. I literally had
or an electric heater, a small electric heater.
Yep.
You had to find that out the hard way. My stepdad found that out the hard way, which is weird because they've never, same deal as you, never had pipes freeze in that house. The one pipe on the outside wall.
Yep.
And they have good insulation on the outside wall, and it still froze. Now, mind you, folks, it was, for anybody except Florida, was exceptionally, brutally cold. Like,
I went out during the day when it was the warmest to run electrical wire. I was out there for 20 minutes, and my hands hurt because it was so cold. I could not feel to...
Wednesday or Thursday?
It was Wednesday.
Hour and a half. But now, mind you, I was in a barn with protection from the wind, but still.
I was in the garage. There's no wind. I'm also messing with metal boxes and stuff like that, trying to do fine work.
I'm trying to flip a horse.
Yeah. You were moving around a lot more than I was.
Yeah. Which, I wanted to say that earlier, but I had my Triple Watt Design Shagmaster on.
Oh, yeah.
Props to Triple Watt Design for making quality product.
Yeah.
Because I was comfortable and didn't have any gloves or anything on. So,
yeah.
I don't even want to know.
I'll show you in a second.
Oh, God, I'm
scared. No need to be scared. But yeah, if you have drafty windows, like I do, like even my sliding glass door in the back leaks like a freaking sieve.
Did you have frost around it?
A little bit. But the airflow between the two doors, it's ridiculous. It blows through that like freaking crazy.
Remind me when we're done recording, I'll have you feel the light socket.
Ooh, yeah.
Downstairs, the switch on the front of the house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
With that, you can buy little kits for like the plastic to seal the windows. They're stupid expensive. Go buy $1 like painter's plastic drop cloth. It's, you can get them for like $1. You cover a lot more windows and duct tape.
Well, a lot of the reason that people don't do that is because you can't see out.
I don't give a shit. I'd rather be warm than care if I could see out the window.
Well, some people like to see out like me.
Yeah, I mean,
I like seeing who the hell's pulling in my driveway.
my main windows on the front,
Yeah.
I'll cover with that clear plastic. But the other windows that I really don't care about,
Yeah.
because I can get 3-4 windows out of one, at minimum, out of one of those drop cloths.
He's got a grow house going. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, shh. No. I just don't like peeping Toms, period. If I can see who's coming in my driveway and I can see enough through. In my upstairs windows, I put clear on so I can see. Downstairs,
Well, you also got to be like 20 foot tall to see in your upstairs windows.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, the plastic on the windows, like the kit that I bought that I put over where we still have an air conditioner, little man out there, air conditioner in the downstairs window. Simply because it's a pain in the butt to take in and out. We still use the one upstairs. We just use it as a fan because my wife is one of those people that always has to have a fan on.
I used to be that way. And then our stand fan died, and Tanya was happy. Because
Yeah.
I actually don't mind. More dad life.
Yeah, more dad life. Boogies
Runny
on my
nose.
leg. Yeah. But you seal those
Water.
windows off. It keeps the drafts out, helps keep you warm. Especially when your main heat source, your furnace, isn't going to run. You want to seal in as much of the heat in there as you can.
Cuddle. Lots of cuddling.
Yes. You want to have your basic blackout kit. Because with the power
Water,
to go out.
food.
If you have a generator, great. If you can afford one, I'd recommend getting one. If not...
Get one.
Yeah, if not, get one.
Sell one of your kids,
Yeah.
kidneys, something. Get one.
Yeah, you need a flashlight.
It's funny because I don't have one. But I'm in the process of looking at getting a Generac.
Yeah.
Because I need a 17 kilowatt hour Generac like my dad has to power my house and the frickin' neighbors.
Yeah, like I said, my furnace requires 7,000 watts on spin up. Now after that, it's like 1,000, not even 1,000. It's like 750. Once it's running.
But that's like, my dad has a 17,000 kilowatt, like it's...
17,000 watt, yeah.
No, it's kilowatt hours.
Well,
It's
kilowatt.
Yeah. I don't know. All I know
17 kilowatts is like 17,000 watts.
I don't know. All I know is he has enough to power his frigging house and the back garage.
Yeah.
Like, all the house, and
Is it a diesel backup generator?
No.
No?
No.
Propane, natural gas?
Natural gas.
Yeah, natural gas.
But it's also got a 20-second delay.
Yeah.
So, power out, on.
Yeah.
I'm just like, geez.
Yeah.
And it updates every week. Like, it runs cycle every
Yeah,
week.
it runs system maintenance or whatever every week. A flashlight for each person. Jonathan James. Sorry, dad life. You gotta stay away from
Like
the
he said.
steps.
Flashlight for each person.
Extra batteries for each flashlight.
Yeah. At least a good 300 lumen flashlight.
Yeah, I mean one.
One, maybe two.
Yeah, I mean like for my kids, I buy those cheap little 3 AAA battery things for the kids. But like
So
I
they're
have...
so they're not blinding themselves because, they're going to try to play flashlight tag.
Yeah, I have a great big. It's comparable to a 2D cell mag light.
Oh, come on, you should buy
LED.
that. Buy the one that the fire department uses from Streamlight.
Yeah.
The
This one I got.
10,000 freaking. I don't know, 10,000 lumen, whatever. My God, sunbeam light.
Yeah.
Your kid is a lot smarter than you.
I know he is. No, Jonathan.
Maybe he wants to go back downstairs.
Dad life calls. Be back in 1 second.
Oh, okay.
He can go over the list.
All right, so let's see, where were we at? Flashlights, okay. Extra batteries. Phone battery supplies, like battery backups for your phones. So I have one. I believe mine's a 10,000 milliamp hour or more. Pretty much shock proof. bomb-proof, battery supply backup. I get 3 charges out of my supply backup. You can get little cheap ones that'll give you 1 charge, but I spent the money on mine and got a decent one, and I get about 3 charges out of that. Normally I keep mine charged. Mine's currently out in my car, so it's probably dead because of the cold.
Yeah,
but I
cold.
Need to bring that back in and probably charge it. But like I said, I get 3 to 4 charges out of my. I gotta see. I get quite a bit, but I can also charge 2 devices at once.
Yeah.
On mine. Candles.
Yeah.
Everybody's got candles. I mean, my God, go to the dollar store. You
Yep.
can buy a box of freaking candles for.
Yeah, the little tea light candles are $1. You get.
You can buy a box of 100 for like
$3.
$3 or something like that.
Yeah.
And if all else fails, Crayola crayons.
Yep. They
I'm
give
sure
you about a 30-minute.
I'm sure Crayolas are about 30 minutes. The Rose Arts probably are about an hour.
Probably. There's a lot more paraffin in the Rose Arts than there are in Crayolas, I think.
Well, because Rose Art sucks.
Yeah.
Not looking for a sponsorship, Rose Art.
Matches to light said candles.
Rose Zippo. Actually, I think everybody should get
lighters.
I think everybody should at least have matches, lighters, and a Zippo.
Yeah.
Reason I say all 3 is because matches are easy to light, but if they get wet, they're out of luck.
Yeah.
Lighters blow out. Zippos are pretty much good for everything.
Yeah. And 2 is 1, 1 is none.
Yeah, well, the sad thing is I actually started carrying a Zippo again because I do smoke, and I forgot how much I missed carrying a Zippo. I truly do like my Zippo, and that actually came from the barrel and blade locks, and I love that thing. I love my Zippo.
Yeah, and the matches or lighters can also be used, if you have to light gas stove, because if power's out, your igniter's not going to work.
I don't recommend.
No.
Don't recommend lighting a gas stove with a Zippo.
No.
Probably not a good idea.
No. Let's see, Sterno, or like a Coleman propane camp stove. Like I have a canister that sits above my microwave on the shelf, and I do have the little 2-burner Coleman camp stove that hooks to the propane tank. For
I gotta get me one of them.
Alternate ways of cooking your food, because not everybody likes to eat everything cold. Like, I mean, I'll eat soup and chicken noodle soup and.
I draw the line at Chef Boyardee cold.
Oh, beefaroni's great cold.
No, I can eat Chef Boyardee and like SpaghettiOs and all that, but that's it. Like once I get into soups, I can't do soups
I
cold.
prefer it warm.
Yeah,
but I'll eat it cold. I mean, I'll eat just about anything. I got a jar of pickled baby beets from White House.
There are so many
sausages in there.
There are so many.
Oh, shut up!
Bad comments I want to throw at that I'm just gonna stop.
I'm not a picky eater. Like I said, the pickling juice from the baby beets from White House, I threw a couple cans of Vienna sausages in there and let them pickle. It was actually quite delicious. I like fermented
I'm surprised
foods.
you haven't said anything about me sitting here blowing frigging smoke rings, because I'm bored.
Yeah, well.
As we're doing this. I'm not bored, but I'm like...
Yeah. And the matches can be good for lighting the Sterno, the Coleman stove. And hand crank weather radio. Because if said battery packs for your phones run out and you can't get weather updates to try and figure out what's going on, because how many of us actually have landlines anymore?
I did for about a month.
Yeah.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
And then I got rid of it again.
Yeah, I mean, my in-laws.
But most of the time, if your power's out, your landline's out.
Yeah, it's like my in-laws have a landline, but it's because their internet and phone, or internet and TV, you bundle all 3 together, and it's cheaper than just the internet and the TV.
You've got mail that. Like that's all I could think of was the
old school dial-up. Get off the phone! I want to get on the internet.
Yeah, all I can think of right now.
Yeah, so that's your basic blackout kit. And then if you're stuck at home, clothing can definitely play a part. Obviously, you're at home with all your clothes, but if you have to go out, make sure there are arguments back and forth whether you should layer or whether you should not layer. I've heard both. I go with layering.
It's easier to
take a layer off than trying to find some to put on if you're not at home.
Yeah, because if you don't layer, then
you have to make sure you layer correctly.
Indecent exposure is still a crime, folks.
Yes. So like with shirts, you'll need an undershirt, whether it be just like a white t-shirt, or if it's super cold and you have to venture out, like long johns or thermal base layer.
Under Armour's cold weather gear.
Yep.
Which I'm not saying go spend the money on Under Armour, but thank you, federal government. I have a couple Under Armour shirts.
Yeah.
And those things are wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah, your undershirt, your main t-shirt, your main shirt that you're going to wear, whether it be a t-shirt or button-up. Flannel. Next layer would be like a sweatshirt or a fleece pullover.
If you do like with my setup that I have, you do the fleece hoodie, the shag master, and then a soft shell.
Yeah.
And supposedly that's good into like the cold temperatures. And I'll tell you what, just the soft shell and the shag master, your ass is sweating.
Yeah. Next layer would be like a windbreaker or the soft shell, something to cut the wind. And then if you really get into really cold, you can throw on a heavier top layer coat.
Yeah.
Those layers keep the insulation parts away from you so it's not getting soaked. The windbreaker keeps the wind out, and then you can add your...
That's for your upper body. Now you got to kind of do that the same with your lower body.
Comes in your underwear. Obviously, because, unless you like going commando...
Just wear boxers.
Underwear, then your
boxer
underpants,
briefs.
Which would be... Yeah, I wear boxer briefs.
I wear boxers. Free balling.
All right, Mr. Tactic Kilt.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I actually kind of want to order one and wear it to SHOT Show next year. Just for SHOT Show.
Yeah.
Walk around with a set of bagpipes with me.
I can't. Like AR barrels or AK
yes,
barrels.
exactly. But I can't play bagpipes. But
nope, me neither.
Damn it, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. So yeah, underwear, your thermal underpants, your pants, whether it be jeans, dress pants, blah blah blah, and then your insulated pants, like I wear,
ski
Carhartt
pants
bibs,
or
or my kids have snow pants, like snowboarding ski pants that are thick insulated. That kind of
something
deal.
That's water repellent.
Right.
Also, make sure you got a set of gloves, good thick
gloves.
Which
I like to wear 2 layers of gloves too.
See,
I wear thinner, tactile,
I used to do that.
dexterous gloves, and then if when it gets real cold and I don't need to use my fingers, I put on the thicker, heavier gloves.
I used to do that until I found my gloves.
What gloves do you have?
Mechanics Wear came out with either last year or the year before.
Oh yeah, they're cold weather.
They're winter gloves, and I bought a pair of the Impact Pro winters.
I haven't had those. I had their fast fits.
The winter fast fits?
Yeah.
Okay, I bought the Impact Pro. Now, we all know the Impact gloves. They're great gloves.
I've smashed my fingers many times on the log splitter, putting giant logs, and never had any issues.
I've lit mine on fire. They are not fireproof. They are fire resistant. I have lit my Impacts on fire while my hand was still in them and managed to get it out before I got severely burnt or in the gloves started to melt, and still was able to use the glove for quite some time. I've also split the seams on a pair of Fast Fits.
Oh, yeah.
And I've also split the seams on a pair of Impacts.
I have too.
That's how much use I had out of them.
Yeah.
Great.
A pair of regular Mechanics. Yeah. One time a split in wood, and they're shit.
Yeah, I love my Mechanics gloves. But they make winter ones, and these ones are fleece lined. And remind me, and I'll let you try them on. I don't know what size your hand is. Mine's
medium to large.
Okay, yeah, you'll fit in these. They are awesome, and your hands will sweat in them. But they are great. I love them. I love them, love them. And they've got like the extended cuff a little bit, so it comes up to where your jacket. Worth the $30, because Mechanics gloves ain't cheap.
No.
These were like $30. which is kind of high for a set of gloves. I don't need another set of gloves. I've used them in...
Yeah, but how's the dexterity in them? That's my biggest issue. I like to be able to feel things.
You'd be surprised.
Okay. That's my biggest issue.
I'd be okay.
I like the thinner
I'd be okay with running them and pulling a trigger on them. Like, I think like I'd have to make sure there was enough space,
right?
But I would feel comfortable running it with it and
okay.
shooting a firearm with them.
Okay. Because yeah, that's my biggest issue. I should technically probably wear larges, but I buy mediums.
Here's the weird thing.
I like they fit snugger. And
Okay,
I feel
see,
better.
that's the weird thing.
But
So at work, because I have to wear rubber gloves all day, I wear large. For certain special things, I wear mediums. But I normally wear a large. Now, our larges are kind of big, a little bit big on me, but not that much. And it's weird because rubber gloves suck because you can't get a true size. Now, if I go, like, to get a pair of mechanics gloves, it's medium large. Because the small mediums are too tight. Like, they're way too tight. I mean, I don't have a big hand, but my fingers are kind of longer.
My mediums always blow out the end of the middle fingers. Both hands when I wear.
Stop giving people the finger.
Yeah.
But yeah, gloves are a must.
Yep.
Balaclavas.
Yep. Hats.
I've got to like skipping ahead.
Yeah, a little bit. A balaclava.
Because we're at what hour and
6.
But
a knit or fleece skull cap.
I have a watch cap.
Yeah, I like to I've got this one here. It's an old employer uniform hat. Covers here, and then I'll put the one I have 2 of them. I call them Russian hats, but they're those hunter floppy eared ones. Pull over, have the little flap that's up in the front.
Yes.
I put one of those on, and then either a scarf or a balaclava to cover the lower half, even though my beard's there. But
I do my skull balaclava. I have Tanya bought me the Ghost Recon skull balaclava. Nice. So I have it. Not the wool one. I wish she would have got me the knit one. Like I have the neoprene.
Yeah.
But I wear that, and then I'll throw my watch cap over it.
Yep. Socks. When it gets really cold out,
socks are a must.
Yes.
And this is coming from somebody that has hunted.
Yeah.
Socks are a must.
Wool socks.
As I'm wearing my thin Hanes Extreme Temp socks right now because like I can't stand thick socks.
I get merino wool socks. I actually got some that were on sale at Walmart, like 3 pairs for $5. But yeah, they're decent socks and they're warm. But the thing with wool socks when your feet are going to sweat, get a cheap pair of your real thin nylon dress socks.
Yes.
Put them on underneath.
Yeah.
It's going to save you blisters.
Oh my God, do I hate those damn things.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just cannot stand that thin of a sock on my foot.
I don't know. I put those on and then put the
especially if you have calluses.
Yeah.
Like if you get like
snags.
Yeah.
But I wear the layer of the nylon and then the wool because the nylon keeps the moisture away from your skin, which helps prevent blisters. So, I mean, that's how I always wear it. Shoes is when you're out running in the cold. Something with good tread, something that's waterproof and water resistant. Yeah, that one's yours. I prefer boots over tennis shoes all day.
I only wear... the sad thing is I only wear skate shoes when I drive.
I like thin soles, but if I'm out trekking in the cold, I will wear my boots because the tread's better.
Is it sad that I wear combat boots for everything?
No, that's pretty much me.
I have combat boots for work. I have Thorogood. Actually, they're patrolman boots. They're what the Ohio State Highway Patrol wears. I have those for work. I have a cheap pair of Walmart combat boots for every day around the farm. And then, like, if I'm going somewhere to a show or like hanging out with the guys from the music scene or like driving somewhere, I'll wear shoes, like my skate shoes. But other than that, it's boots.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I hated wearing work boots, but I actually now that's because all I wear is work boots.
Right.
I like wearing boots.
Yeah. So that covers the clothing part. If you're in the house, you're stuck in the house, you don't have anywhere to go, and it's super cold, keep moving. Keep moving. It keeps your circulation going, keeps your body temperature steady. If you stop moving, your body temp's going to drop. You're going to start getting cold, and hypothermia can kick in. Along with...
If it all else fails, pull the day after tomorrow and hide in the library and burn books.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Don't do
No.
that. Don't burn books.
Yeah. Keep moving and eat a good amount. Eat more calories than you normally would. Because when you keep moving, you're going to be burning those calories to keep your body temperature up, your blood circulation flowing. You're like canned foods, which are easily stored, easily heated up on a propane cooked stove. You heat them up right in the can. Just take the top off, click it on, and heat it right there. Soups. Okay, if you got lots of people, baked beans. I love baked beans. Easy to heat up.
Buy the food storage thing, folks. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
What is it, $50 for the cheap one? From like Food Storage Pro or whatever, the one that they were been advertising.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like $50. It's what, 72 hour?
So yeah, it's like a 72 hour for like a family of 4.
Yeah.
You just when it comes down to food, store what you eat, because you
This
could
food storage thing, that's the one thing, that's why I haven't got it, because there's an array of stuff in there, and I'm not sure if, like, I'll eat it, or the wife will eat it, or the kid will eat it, so...
Right. Go to your local Army surplus. If you've ever eaten MREs...
They're amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there are some that are
There are some that are terrible, but...
If you can get your hands on chili mac, do it.
Yeah, that one's good. The, Spanish rice one, or whatever one I had, was really good. The breakfast ones normally suck.
$5.
Really?
For one MRE. Yeah.
That's expensive.
It is a little bit, but the other ones are $8. This one's in the clear bag, not the brown bag.
Oh, see, because
I'm sure he'd give you if you bought a certain amount.
I'm gonna have to see, because somewhere I was seeing the ones in the brown bag for like a case of like 20 was like $60, something like that. Yeah. I don't know. And those are only supposed to be eaten one time a day.
Yeah, you eat those once a day. And don't confuse the 2 little white pieces of gum for regular chewing gum.
I did that. I think everybody's done that once.
When I was in Civil Air Patrol, we had encampment.
I think we talked about this on one of the podcasts.
Probably. Yeah. Kid didn't know it was laxative gum. And he's like, hey, you gonna eat your gum? No, here you go. Chewed like 7 or 8 packs at once. Yeah, he literally crapped his pants.
I like the little Bubbles hot sauce.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I had like 8 or 10 of them that I kept in my bag.
Yeah,
because I like Tabasco.
Yeah, Tabasco sauce is awesome.
Yeah.
Way to go, Tabasco, for putting your stuff in U.S. military.
Heck yeah.
MREs. Like, you're the real MVP there.
Yeah.
Because you need that shit.
Yeah.
If they put... That's what they need to do. Frank's hot sauce, Red Hot, needs to supply to the military, because then they can legally say, I put that shit on everything. There you go.
Yep.
Frank's, I just wrote your next commercial and probably paycheck. There you go. You guys need to get on that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. It just... Make sure you stay active, because if you don't...
And make sure you have some sort of storage of water and supplies.
Food, because if your pipes freeze, you're going to need water from somewhere, and melting snow burns way too many calories. It takes way too long for the small amount of output, because even as you're melting it, some of it's going to evaporate off. It's just not worth it.
And I read somewhere, can't snow dehydrate you quicker?
That's alcohol. Alcohol definitely dehydrates you.
Oh, yeah, but there's something with snow, like eating snow straight off the ground, like...
It can, and
there's something I read
with snow,
somewhere.
You got to worry about purity, especially if you live in a more urban environment. You got smog from a city, it's in the snow. Yeah.
Acid rain.
Yeah, acid snow. You don't eat it.
I wonder if that'd be would you get an acid trip from that?
I'm kidding. Probably not, but you'd probably have no tongue left.
What?
Yeah. So, I mean, keep a store of water, and your external cooking source or heater can help
We didn't even get into the cars.
No, I mean,
prevention. I mean, basic. This is kind of common knowledge, but we did this because we had the cold weather and we really didn't kind of have a full-on topic. Make sure your car's gas tank is full.
Yep, tank's full. Keep a small snow shovel.
Yeah.
Keep an emergency blanket. I mean, your basic 72-hour kit plus shovel, scraper. If you have Max Tracks or something.
Actually, I just gave one of those shovels away.
Really?
That you gave me.
Yeah.
Which Tony's probably going to be mad because I don't think I put one in her car.
No.
But a girl I work with, like, they don't have a snow shovel at her apartment.
Huh.
Like, she's like, I don't even own a snow shovel. I was like,
here you go.
Follow me out to my car tonight. I'll give you a freaking car shovel.
Yep.
She goes, really? I was like, yeah, I got two. You can have them.
Yeah. I mean, they're like $5 at your parts stores for these. They're small. The handles collapse.
Which I don't know why I gave that to her, but now that I'm thinking of that, but like maybe it was just because of the fact that like she had mentioned it, and I was like,
yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta help your fellow man.
I mean, I got it for free.
Yeah, I got it for free. So
I got it for free from some ugly bearded dude.
Yeah, ugly bearded dude. I see how it is.
All right, he may happen to be in this room, but
yeah.
Which now I think we've deemed my kids' room as kind of the studio because it's quiet.
Really? Yeah, it's quiet up here. When the rest of the kids are downstairs running around, screeching, falling off the couch and busting their lip open, you know. But I mean, that's
sure.
what I got for cold weather stuff. I mean, I could keep going on and on, but we officially hit an hour and 17 minutes.
Yeah, and I think the wives are getting antsy.
Yeah.
Well, at least I know yours is. The one thing that I will say that a lot of people don't realize with the water and how to not freeze your friggin' pipes, which, man, I think I only said it 3 times tonight.
Yeah.
The best way that I was always taught was if it's an exterior cabinet, so like my sink, my bathroom sink, open the doors underneath and open the faucet all the way full and then bring it back until it's just dripping, like a single drip. Doesn't have to be a stream, just a little drip. And that keeps the water flowing through it and should keep them from freezing. Now, I've seen pictures today that I don't think it would have mattered. I seen one of a tank explode on a toilet. Yeah. That was cool, actually.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
The whole thing froze solid, expanded, and shattered the porcelain.
Shattered the porcelain, and all you have sitting on the back of the toilet is one
block of ice.
Big block of ice with all the internals still in it.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool picture. Like, I had to do a double take. I was like...
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was Lexane. I was like, who built their toilet tank out of Lexane? And I was like, wait a minute, that froze.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was kind of cool looking. And then the toilet with nothing but, like, the 6 inches of friggin' frozen water frost? Yeah. Like, it literally frosted. That was weird looking.
Yeah. Like I said, in my pipes, in my bathroom, froze. Like, in my bathroom.
Well, that's because when they redid it, somebody ran it through the friggin' cement block, or right up against it.
Yeah, it's right up against it. Now,
and there's no room for pipe wrap.
No, there's no room for pipe wrap or heat tape or nothing on it.
Heat tape, we could get around it. Very little.
You can get to this much of the entire pipe. That's the entire length you can get to.
Oh, that's better.
And it froze before that length.
Oh, shit. Well,
yeah.
I guess we're out of luck.
It froze. See, it runs...
I've tried to figure out how it froze.
And it runs down and over and behind the bottom of the shower.
Oh.
And then there's 4 inches before the valve for the toilet. And then it runs over up and underneath the bathroom sink. It froze in the bottom of the shower. Back there. I tore out some of that paneling because the whole bathroom's getting
If it ever gets that cold again, what you may want to do, at the back of the toilet, shut it off so it only has that much to flow from the shower and then down. And then
a T to the valve.
Oh, it's a T to the valve.
It flows to the bathroom sink, out and over to the
I was thinking if you just shut it off before it got to the toilet,
you can't.
And then the rest of the way out, like you wouldn't have to worry about them freezing.
You can't.
Because then all you'd have to do is just crack it back open. Because the way you were explaining it, I was like, shit, there should be a valve somewhere. You could have just only...
There's...
Just shut it off at the hot water tank.
Yeah.
I don't expect it to
I don't
get
know.
that cold again this year.
No. But, and then that was 2 days ago, and then this morning, the cold water line comes from where it comes in from the main out at because we have city water.
Ah, yes.
Comes up, and there's a shut-off valve shut the main valve off inside the house, and it goes over and down to the washing machine. Yeah, the cold line to the washing machine was frozen this morning.
Ooh,
The rest of it was fine,
nice.
but that line froze. And it's on the opposite side of the bathroom, but up against the block wall.
Another thing.
And it's got pipe insulation on it.
The other thing that gets annoying this time of year, when it's super cold and in the Arctic temperatures, is if you have a tire pressure monitoring system on your car.
Yeah.
It gets real annoying. Now, most cars, it's pretty easy to fix that and just shut it off. Not BMW. And this is going out to you, if anybody from BMW listens to this. Why in God's name you would put a tire pressure monitoring system on a car that was designed in Germany? BMW stands for Bavarian Motor Works. Why you would make a car that drives on the Autobahn in Arctic cold weather and put a tire pressure monitoring system that could malfunction in negative temperatures, and then for every 45 seconds let you know that there is a malfunction until you can reset it. I drove from Pittsburgh to Columbiana. I was about ready to go batty.
Yeah.
Other than that, I hear little
little
footsteps coming up the steps.
I see little man at the top of the steps.
There he is.
All right. Well,
We're
with that, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, we are on Patreon, patreon.com/daddybrigadepodcast.
Most random episode, I think, tonight.
Yeah. Our website, thedaddybrigadepodcast.wordpress.com. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can follow us all on there. At the Daddy Brigade, _daddy_brigade, daddy_brigade_podcast. At the.bearded.tank. At tactical_gnome. On Twitter, it's at daddy_brigade. And I think that's about it. If you have anything you want to hear us do, anything you want to see, any critiques or anything like that, if you go to our website, thedaddybrigadepodcast.wordpress.com, click the contact button there. You can send us a little email, or you can email us directly at daddybrigadepodcast@gmail.com.
Other than that, I think that's it.
Yep, and that's about it.
Go check out 5150.
Yep. 5150 rifles.
I always say
yes.
I mean
because
that,
there's
right?
5150 energy drinks. There's all kinds. I mean, that's what I first thought. I was like, what?
Yeah, 5150 rifles.
Yep. What are you clapping for, goofball?
Because he knows it's the end of the podcast.
Yeah. If you're a big coffee drinker, dangerous but good.
Black Rifle.
Black Rifle. Grunt Style.
As I'm wearing my Grunt Style Infidel shirt.
Yep. I'm wearing an Old Navy fleece pullover.
Yeah. Grunt Style Infidel. SOE Tactical.
Yep.
Because they're made in the motherfucking USA.
Yep.
I had to say that because that's part of their logo. I love it.
Yeah. And John's an awesome guy.
ITS Tactical. Refactor Tactical.
All the guys we talked about today,
all the guys.
Raytech, Keltec, Glock.
Yeah, go look at everybody's new products. I mean, honestly, go if you want to see everything that came out, that some of the stuff we didn't even talk about. Go on to Instagram, go on to Facebook, and search hashtag SHOT Show 2019.
Yep.
And you will see a lot of stuff. There's a lot of products that we didn't even talk about because some aren't in our neck of the woods, and some are. Oh, one real quick that we did talk about that I found a little bit more information on, that 350.
350
Legend. It is legal to use in the state of Ohio.
How?
Because if you watch,
357?
it actually is a 357 cartridge, yes.
Nice.
Well, actually, it's a 223 stretched out.
Well, yeah, but the caliber of the
But it
projectile
falls under
itself
the
is 357
357.
straight wall.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Because they talk about it in the one video that they talk about it from SHOT Show, and they say it's legal and allowed to use.
Nice.
So that may be
Yeah.
a new round for us to look at.
New Wildcat to play with.
Yeah.
And my
But-
reloading stuff.
So, we're going to be doing some live videos.
Yep.
I hope eventually, sometime soon.
Yeah.
I just
Cameron does
showed
video and stuff too. So.
him a new microphone.
Yep.
Other than that, I think that's it.
Yep. That's all I got.
Kids are getting antsy. Wives want to go to bed.
This little man's being a pain in my butt, not
Yeah.
holding still.
Hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
Buddy, you can't push that way.
No. So with that, I'm Keith the Bearded Tank.
I'm Zach, Tactical Gnome.
Daddy
Daddy
Brigade.
Brigade Podcast. Out.